So I just read that Michigan is having these juvenile lifers feeling like they're getting a second or third chance at sentencing. And I would like to put this out there because this is something for the judges. And if you know a judge, please share this with that judge, and hopefully their court will flow a little smoother when a juvenile comes into their situation and has committed a violent act. John Siesling, Siesling, is now 37 years old and has aged out of the juvenile system and into the adult system. He hurt his mom and his sister and killed his 6-month-old other sister. For the old baby only, okay? Okay? It's still attached, but... Okay? So, as a teenager, this person commits a violent act. There's a fine line between violent and non-violent. Whether you go to straight heinous, out of the box, what on earth were you going through? Tick, 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 as those very real seconds are ongoing through the acts that you are committing. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and say that a child, their brain isn't developed. They are fully aware that they're doing something wrong every moment that they do it. And at that time, they've taken a cup of fuck it all. Okay? Somehow in their brain, they've overdosed on the fuck it all. Because you don't want to have a job, a life, a kids, a wife, family, husband, whatever. You have just decided you are going to force unlawful cardinal knowledge upon yourself from all the other sicknesses that are out there in the world held inside of a jail or a prison sentence. Like that system just sends, like everybody else is so... I'm living in my freaking car, my friends. Okay? I'm not lying. I have camped and traveled and woke up to beautiful things. I haven't gone that far yet because the car won't make it down some of the slushy 2 tracks to the boat launches yet. And I'm not trying to get stuck. AAA is getting renewed soon, but I maxed my stuff out. Realistically speaking, you know, if someone is physically hurt versus someone is like, oh my God, somebody told everybody exactly how I behaved. From their opinion, from their eyes. I'm going to press charges on them because you went on social media and told everybody what a dirtbag I was. Too bad, so sad. There's a huge difference between somebody slitting someone's throat, stabbing their family members after they've already done something else to them. So this tirade of anger has now been kept in a cage with other people's criminal minds. And yet these judges are letting them do a resentencing. They need to implement the child support guidelines. Each party is allowed to ask for a financial review one time every 3 years. You have to wait 3 years for the next request for a review. I hate to say it, minors, but your only review you're ever going to get from any one of the territories of the great Americas is going to be when you turn 18. Your sentencing will be postponed. You'll continue to stay where you are, and sentencing will be postponed until you are 18. At that date, you'll have a sentencing evaluation done, and they will evaluate your crime all over again. And you'll be placed in a building according to your status, to your rating. Okay? Yeah. All right? So, in knowing that there are certain places where violence does belong and violence doesn't belong, if the state or the territory only asks for that review at the age of 18, once you're sentenced, and then you can file your appeals. And appeals, I hate to say it, from the 60s and 70s and 80s, even the 50s, there are people that have filed appeals over and over and over again because of their innocence and DNA testing. is getting people released from prisons because of their, modern advances in science. So, I would suggest looking into implementing that child support review status, because it takes a village to raise a child, and that one as a child was wilding out and now been kept around others that have as well. Great influence.